Hello, you're welcome to my program on the sheds of love. My name is Apostle Robert Ntefon, and I'm giving biblical teaching on love. Now, this particular topic is on the sheds of what I titled the sheds of love. This is important because so many people are confusing a lot of things and just bundling everything into the same container in the name of love. And so I'm going to list the different kinds of love as I have found out from my studies and from the day to day living. Number one is God's love towards us. When I say us, I'm talking about humans. God's love towards humans. We'll break this down as we go on. Number two is man's love towards God. That's man responding. When I say man, I'm talking about human beings responding to the love of God. God's love through people to other people. And then we look at love between human beings. And under that, we have here self-love. Now that's the way it starts. Love between you and others starts from self-love. If you cannot love yourself well, you are not likely going to be able to love others. Remember, the Bible says to love your neighbor as yourself. No wonder many people are unable to express love to others, and they do certain things that others wonder, how did that come about? It starts with self. And we're going to see a lot of things that may contribute to that as we continue. So we see love for a spouse, for those who are married. Again, that still will have to do with how much do you know? How much do you understand yourself? How much do you understand the word love that you are going to give to the other? So love for your children, for those who have children. There's a particular kind of love you have for your children. Love for the opposite sex, some by circumstance, some by choice. Love for a brother or a sister. And then there is a family love. Yeah, it looks like a repetition. For your brother and for your sister. Then there is a general family love. Love between friends. And you know that that's another very strong one. Love between friends, not necessarily like a boyfriend and girlfriend thing between the opposite sex. No, it's just that you have a friend, could be a boy, could be a girl, could be a man, could be a woman, but there is love, true love that exists between them. And then there is another level of love for those who interact with your neighbors. There is a certain level of love you have for your neighbor. I know that for those of us who live in the metropolitan cities, like here in London, one would say that's not possible. Well, there are certain communities where that is possible. Maybe not so much of the metropolitan cities, but there are certain places, certain countries, backgrounds, cultures where there is a certain level of what we will call not just liking but love for a neighbor, love for some influencers, love for models that one admires. Now, ignorance in the matter of our emotions And the heart is the same with darkness in other issues of life. What do I mean by that? Ignorance represents darkness. And what you don't know puts you in the dark. Or you are in the dark as far as the things you don't know, you don't understand are concerned. So, darkness, I said, is terrible in every realm of life. That includes love relationship. By darkness, I am referring to ignorance, which is what I have already pointed out as worse than any known sickness that can ever plague humanity. Ignorance in things you're supposed to know. For example, some people just generally assume because he is my brother, then we are friends. Or because she is my sister, then we are friends. No, it doesn't work like that. It's something that has to be developed. There are those who live in an environment where they don't seem to need that kind of formal education as far as relationship is concerned. It could be because of the family background. Parents are relational people. They are not lost in their work or lost in trying to achieve things. And so they just grow up being taken along by the immediate environment where they grew up from. But it's getting more and more difficult to find such families, especially in cities. So that is why we have to open up and make sure we get as much as we can from opportunities like this. And now, love may be difficult to define, just as it is in the case with other mysteries. So I refer to love as a mystery. Yet the source of it, the purpose, the effect, and the impact of love can be seen. It can be so obvious. It's not vague. So it's something that we need to understand. How does it work? Now, God is the source of real and genuine love. It's important to qualify the kind of love I'm talking about, which is the main reason why I had to mention those different kinds of love. As a matter of fact, I made a note here which I would like to read it for you. I said, if love is all about sex, then parents don't love their children. And God doesn't love us either. There must be something more about love than sex. So that's something I just thought I should mention. Now, take note that this teaching has to be, you have to feel very free to make your comments, to ask questions, and I'm pleased to respond. And by the way, this teaching comes from my book, How to Step Out of Singlehood into a Happy Marriage, and talking about dating, courtship, engagement, and marriage. So it's a very powerful book. So I'm just sharing with us some of the points. Um, all right. Now, the purpose of love is to make us experience the direct effect of God's nature in time while we are aiming to experience the fullness of Him in eternity. You don't believe that there is life beyond this? Well, there's nothing much I can do than to just keep sharing with you. So keep listening. I believe you are going to find reasons to believe. And of course, the world in itself, the universe, the way it is, it's in operation. It's a clear indicator, or the galaxies and all that are in the world are clear indicators that there must be. You may call him the supreme intelligence, you may call him God, you may call him anything you want to, but there is God. The creator God exists. And if you do not believe that, then there are certain things you will not be able to understand. You first believe and then you understand. That's how faith works. It's a hard thing, and then you begin to see the effect of it affects the things you do, and life answers to you the way it ought to. Well, this is where I would like to pause this. You feel this is something you want to be a part of, um, please feel very free to join us. All right, anywhere around where this video is. If you have this on YouTube, feel free to sign up to the rest of the teaching on this. And I'm happy to be your coach and mentor and teacher at the same time. It is aimed to help people avoid the mistakes that others have already made, and then get it right the first time. Get it right the first time. And for that to happen, it's a good thing for you to put in few days, a short time, not just for the purpose of information, but to be able to understand, know beyond the surface. Don't just do it because others are doing. Don't be carried along by the crowd, but do it because you know what you are doing. All right. God bless you. Look forward to seeing you on the inside. Bye.